Here's your wrestling news for December 21st, 2022. And we're kicking off today with this week's Monday Night Raw as the Bloodline made their presence felt on the show, with the group taking out many members of the roster. Before the show could even start, Roman Reigns sent a warning out to the Raw locker room, especially Kevin Owens, but while the Tribal Chief had threats, he wasn't present for the show. Fightful Select reports that Reigns wasn't physically present at this week's Raw, but his segment was filmed last Friday at SmackDown. Raw did see Sami Zayn and the Usos in action, with the honorary Uso defeating AJ Styles and the Usos losing to Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Part of the perk of the Reigns' contract with WWE is he has a much more relaxed schedule, and that allowed him the night off for this week's Raw. This week's Raw also saw Bronson Reed become the latest superstar to return to WWE, aiding The Miz in his winner-takes-all ladder match against Dexter Lumis. While Reed was released last year, it was said to be because Vince McMahon just didn't see him as part of his future plans for NXT or the main roster, but that was the opposite for Triple H. Fightful Select reports that Reed was a priority signing for the game, and that plans were being put in place as soon as Triple H took control in July of this year. We're told that NJPW wanted to retain Reed and was hopeful he stayed. We'd long been told that Bronson Reed was a priority hire for Triple H when he gained power within WWE. We can confirm he's been inked to a contract. He's done with New Japan Pro Wrestling unless WWE brokers a deal to allow it, which hasn't been done yet. Reed's return was not telegraphed internally on the Raw run sheets, but talent had been made aware of his return, though instructed to keep it a secret. While Reed had been trying to throw fans off the scent, even pitching matches for Wrestle Kingdom online, he's been signed to WWE for months and hopes to have success under Triple H that Vince McMahon didn't see for him. It's been just 1 week since Mandy Rose's shocking release from WWE, which came after the company learned of the racy content shared on her website. Since her release, it's been reported that Rose was earning more online than as a WWE superstar, and now we have a better idea as to just how well she's doing. When Rose's agent Malachi Kawa spoke to TMZ Sports, they said that Rose has made $500,000 in the time since she's been released. This is an incredible amount of money for Rose to make in a week, and it's clear that the reports of her earning more with the site than in the ring are entirely true. Kawa added that they fully expect Rose to be a self-made millionaire in a matter of days, and it could happen in time for Christmas Day this Sunday. Rose's release was certainly a shock, as it came just 1 day after her 413-day run as WWE NXT Women's Champion was ended by Roxanne Perez. Right now, Rose is subject to a 90-day non-compete clause which will keep her out of wrestling, but with these numbers, the former NXT Women's Champion may be in no hurry to get back in the ring. Rose's release from WWE has sparked a debate about how much control the company has over its talent and whether they were right to part ways with her. It has been reported that NXT officials felt they had no other choice but to release her, but it's worth noting that WWE did not give her the chance to delete her photos or change her website before giving her the pink slip. While speaking on the Click This podcast, Kevin Nash weighed in on the Mandy Rose situation and called out WWE for releasing someone who wasn't doing anything illegal. That's my problem. If she's in wrestling gear and she's got the NXT belt, absolutely crosses the line. If she's her, I guarantee you that that person that's on that picture is the same one that's on her driver's license. And I guarantee you the check that gets paid to that person is not to Mandy, the wrestling name. I think, again, that's the thing. It's just, you're either an independent contractor or you're not. In this case, obviously, she's not making, I don't think that Mandy would, if she was making 7 figures, be doing anything to subsidize her employment and or income as she's doing right now. Obviously, she's not making enough money. She's not doing anything illegal. It's not like she's a prostitute. It's not like she's doing anything that's against the law, you know? While WWE classes its wrestlers as independent contractors to avoid certain workers' rights, the company puts strict rules on what talent can and can't do, much like an actual job. Ultimately, Rose is making much more money online than she did in WWE, so while it's not like she needs the work, her release was wrong on a matter of principle, at least according to Big Daddy Cool. Since July, we've seen several former WWE superstars return to the promotion, and many more have teased that they could be next to come back. In 2021, Eva Marie had a brief return to WWE after a 4-year absence, but now the Total Divas star wants a third run with the promotion. When Sean Ross Sapp tweeted that more WWE returns were on the way, Eva was quick to like the post, something that didn't go amiss by Sapp or the fans. While Eva may want to return, the fans aren't so keen, with tweets saying that Marie should never return to the promotion. One tweet even tagged Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, and Shawn Michaels, as that fan wanted to make sure WWE's higher-ups know that they don't want to see Eva Marie. There was some support for Eva, with one fan saying that a manager role would suit her, but it'll be WWE's decision as to whether she is brought back, and for what role. Since joining WWE earlier this year, Logan Paul has impressed fans with his in-ring work, and even his harshest of critics have been won over. Outside of wrestling, the Maverick has had a lot of projects on the go, but this week was involved in being part of a scam. Coin Edition reported that Paul's Cryptozoo game is nothing more than a scam, despite being sold as a fun game that allows users to earn money. However, users were left with nothing more than stock images of zoo animals after millions of dollars in investor money. When YouTuber CoffeeZilla spoke to a user by the name of Helicopter Bob, they were told by Bob that he had spent $7,000 on Cryptozoo and was yet to make the profit the adverts promised. Speaking to Paul directly, the WWE superstar told CoffeeZilla that the blame is on the game's developer, saying he created a code and then ran off to Switzerland and held the code ransom to the tune of $1 million. CoffeeZilla also spoke to Paul's manager Jeffrey Levin, who had no comment for the allegations, and we'll keep following this case, as this is hardly the story Paul wants to be dealing with as he prepares for his in-ring return. Now, one of the biggest issues online is that misinformation can be spread far and wide, and sometimes it comes from sources you wouldn't expect. Yesterday, Lacey Evans' name was trending on Twitter, but it wasn't for the sassy Southern Belle's work in the ring. On Instagram, Evans shared a conspiracy theory video in which two men discussed autism and attention deficit disorder and suggest that neither condition is real. Evans immediately received backlash for the post, but on Twitter doubled down on the video, stating, "I watched a video on the impact of processed food is having on our children, and I shared the video. Y'all are insane. Side note, like everything else in life, headline is misleading. Watch the video. He literally says there has been a huge difference in health since eating processed foods." Evans may think others are insane, but her tweets defending the post have since been deleted, and in a response, the Iron Sheik gave his 2 cents, simply saying, "the ADHD." The sassy Southern Belle may think that everyone else is insane, but these comments haven't gone down well, and after a mixed year for her, we're curious to see how her booking is affected after this controversy. Now, Matt Riddle is one of WWE's most popular stars, but the original bro has never been far away from controversy. Recently, Riddle was removed from TV for his second violation of WWE's wellness policy, but there is now a much bigger accusation being leveled at him. On social media, Riddle's ex-girlfriend Daniela Petro accused Riddle of sexually abusing her, saying in a video that she was sorry to lash out at others during her relationship with Riddle earlier this year. Petro added that she thought Riddle would have changed after the Candy Cartwright situation and said she's not going to stop until Riddle himself is stopped. Speaking about Riddle's current girlfriend, adult film actress Misha Montana, Petro called her Riddle's newest victim and expressed her sympathies with Jordan Max, who recently claimed Riddle was cheating on her with Montana. Not done yet, Petro said that Riddle conned people into loving him, but in the end will take advantage of someone, manipulate them, and sexually abuse and torment them. Petro said that thanks to WWE, the Raw superstar has a pedestal of fame. That means he will always have a ton of support, something she believes is completely wrong. Riddle's ex-girlfriend said that she told the WWE, and addressing the decision to send him to rehab, said that can't fix Riddle, who still has a job with the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. Petro said that there's a reason all of Riddle's alleged victims have blonde hair, high cheekbones, big lips, and a pronounced jawline, and added that there are other women not publicly known, including a girl in Canada. Petro said WWE needs to wake up and fire Riddle, saying 30 days in rehab will not fix him, but legal charges might. In the concluding comments of her videos, Petro said that Riddle has never been held accountable for his actions and claimed that Riddle abused her during his divorce to his now ex-wife Lisa. Petro said that while people, including Riddle, may call her a liar, there are several women with the same stories about the former U.S. champion and encouraged everyone to wake up. These are some serious allegations against Riddle, and ones WWE may choose to investigate, as the original bro has even more controversy to his name. WWE said after his attack by Solo Sikoa that Riddle would be out of action for 6 weeks, but depending on how WWE treats these comments, he may be away for much longer than that. Over to AEW next, as for months, the Jericho Appreciation Society has been locked into a turf war with the Blackpool Combat Club. Of course, the BCC recently lost William Regal, who is set to join WWE soon, but now this war between the two groups is over. During an appearance on Winnipeg Sports Talk, Chris Jericho said that the JAS has finished up with the Blackpool Combat Club and that they now have to address Action Andretti's shocking win. Jericho also hinted at a possible feud with Ricky Starks, something that was teased on last week's Dynamite, and claimed that Starks was a flash in the pan. As for the BCC, it's clear that Bryan Danielson's focus is on MJF and the AEW World Championship, but after months, both groups are ready to move on to different opponents. And we're ending with Alexa Bliss, who is one of the most popular and recognizable names in wrestling, but her fame has come at a price. Bliss, like many wrestlers, are often used by scammers to con gullible fans, and the former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion has had enough. On Twitter, the Raw superstar warned fans not to fall for scammers pretending to be her on social media and said that she hates that she has to keep repeating this. Bliss made it clear that she will never ask fans for money or gift cards and will never claim that she wants to date a fan, noting that she is happily married. Over the years, Bliss has been used by scammers multiple times as they pretend to be her in order to build a rapport with a victim before asking for money or gift cards. It was a scammer that led to Seth Rollins being attacked by a fan during an episode of Raw not too long ago, and we can only hope that one day, scams like this are a thing of the past. That's our news for today, guys. Please watch our previous video, 15 WWE wrestlers who passed away in 2022.